Hello, you there. How are you doing? I guess the fasting is a good time. As you spend time with God, I believe all is going to be very well with you. This evening, being our fourth day of the fast, I want to talk to you about how to handle yourself in the time of scarcity. How to handle yourself in the time of scarcity. And we are taking our scriptures or our prayers from the book of 2 Kings, chapter number 4, and then another one from John, chapter 6. I pray that you are taking the word of God coming your way seriously. You can share it to your friends because I'm trusting God for it not just be a prayer topic, but knowledge that can be of help to you and your generation. Now, there are so many people who are saying, I don't have enough at home, I don't have enough, I'm locked down, I don't know what I'm going to do next. But you see, everybody will come to a time of lack and scarcity. Even Jesus came to the time of lack and scarcity. And you can either curse the situation or bless the situation. Now, scarcity is when what you have is limited based on what you want to do. I repeat it. Scarcity is when what you have is limited based on what you want to do. You see, a lot of us have not enough food at home, enough finances. Even it looks like you don't even know what is going to happen to us tomorrow. But in the Bible, there are people who went through scarcity and they were able to put themselves together and they had their breakthrough. The first thing I'm talking about is the widow who was married to a prophet and yet he was about to have her entire children mortgaged because there was lack in the house. He decided to seek a man of God, a prophet. He decided to look for a bridge ministry. And when he came, the man of God said to him, what do you have? You see, in times like this, you don't have to concentrate much on what you don't have. You must concentrate on what you have. Now, what do you have? Now, the woman said, I have a little oil, and that oil is so small that after I eat it, I die. Now, maybe you two are saying, the man of God, I only have 20 CDs. I only have 10 CDs. I only have a bag of rice. I only have kinky. I only have some sugar. I mean, there's a scarcity in what you have. The oil that the man of God asked when the man asked the woman what you have, said, only oil. And let me tell you, the oil had been with this man all through the years. And when things stay with you for long, how do the things become? That's the question for you. You can even pray that God, let whatever I have today become beneficial. Let it become beneficial. Let it become something that will be a blessing to my generation. One day I told my wife that if I'm left alone in a room with a pen and a paper, I'll come out with a book. If I'm left alone in a room with only a keyboard, I'll come out with a musical album. If I'm left alone with my phone, I can tell you, I will come out with a lot of videos. Now, so you can't tell me even the fact that you have a phone means that you have what it takes to survive to the next level. When Moses told God that he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know what he has, God said, what do you have in your hand? He said, just a star, just a rod. And God said, cast it down. You see, most often when you don't appreciate what you have, you will not be able to become successful in the times and the seasons we live in. Now, money, when you have money and you put the money in the bank, the money is supposed to appreciate. Now, the money you kept with yourself all this while of the lockdown, it's over 1 month of lockdown. How has the money appreciated? If it has depreciated, then you are not working with money. Now, when you are left alone, things around you must develop value. I repeat it. Successful people value things when they are alone, because by the time I tell people that whenever I get a new phone, give me 3 to 6 months, I would have made 6 to 10 times the margin on how I got the phone. Now currently I have a tablet that my wife bought for me from America, and I thank God for it. Out of it, I'm doing these videos. Out of it, I'm transmitting information. Out of it, so the tablet has become beneficial. If I look at the lives it has saved, I think it was worth she buying it for me. So you too, what you have in your house, the little data you have, how are you managing it in this season? So as I said earlier, give me a pen and a paper. I have a book. These days, you don't even need a pen and a paper. You have electricity, you have your phone. You said to yourself that I will write a book one day. Why don't you take this chance to write something? Because life must be worthwhile after the lockdown. Many people were into captivity. I can mention names like Ezekiel. Ezekiel wrote a book today. I know about Ezekiel. Jeremiah wrote a book. We know about Jeremiah. Now we know about Esther because he delivered. Now we know about Daniel because Daniel them wrote books. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we know about them because Daniel wrote about them. Now you too, what would we know about you after this lockdown? So the oil that stayed with this woman, she didn't even know that the oil that has stayed has developed beyond comprehension. Now I tell people that if you give me an oil that you bought from the pharmacy shop, and I lay hands on it and I pray, by the time you put that oil on a scale, the weight would have increased. Why? Because the Bible says it's the prayer of faith. Even though you are anointed, James 5, you are anointed. See, it's the prayer of faith that brings the healing. What are you doing with what you have in this season? Now the vessels in your house could not contain, the vessel in the woman's house could not even contain the oil that she had. Because the prophet said, if it's the oil you have, go and borrow more vessels. In other words, you need to start finding out who needs what you have. How can what you have with you currently become beneficial to somebody else? Who would have what I have now and his life will become better? Hallelujah. So now you are going to pray to God and God, who needs what I have? Who can receive what I have? And that will be a blessing to the person. Now, many will need what you have. Start thinking, who needs what you have? Who will need you at this time? Look around you and you see that, listen, you have a lot. Now, this woman had to borrow more vessels because the oil that was left in her own jar could multiply and feed the entire generation and take it out of their poverty. You see, if you don't begin to know and put value on yourself, this is not the time to look down on yourself. Somebody needs your advice. Somebody needs your counsel. Yeah, somebody even needs how you have survived coronavirus. Somebody even needs to understand how you have prayed. I mean, how you have survived. I mean, maybe you have decided that because of this corona you are fasting. You can even say, I want to bless somebody. For the past 5 days I've been doing dry fasting. I only drink with water because water is what I have. Now somebody will even listen to you with his bulk of food in the home and say, why don't I follow this person's example? Because you are becoming a blessing to somebody. She borrowed the vessel, and the next thing she did was that she sat down in the home, and the prophet said, lock yourself. Now there's a lockdown. You see, there's a lot you can do in a lockdown. She locked herself down, and in the room she began to pour herself or her oil into other containers. Now let me ask you a question. By the time you come out of this lockdown, who will need you? Yeah, who will desire you? Now maybe you've grown so fat, you are looking at opportunities to slim down. Isn't it a good opportunity? All that you said that you'll be doing all this was, I didn't have time. I didn't have time to fast. I didn't have time to pray. I didn't have time with my family. I didn't have time to do this. This is the time you can be able to do it. You can even use time to go on YouTube and learn how to sew. Yeah, you can learn how to sew, how to do certain things via YouTube in this season. There are a lot of things you can just put it on Google, YouTube, and re-engage yourself and rebuild yourself in this season. The man of God asked her, lock yourself in the room. Now, in you locking, you need to find out Again, who must I fill with what I have? Don't think what you have is not enough, but think outside the box. You see, you can be locked down, but your brain must not be locked down. Your brain must be released. Unleash your brain. Unleash your understanding. Unleash your knowledge. You are locked down, but look beyond the borders. Look beyond 3 months. Look beyond 6 months. I am coming up with a lot of things. I'm coming up with a lot of businesses. I've even put down some people are meeting already on this. We created a WhatsApp group, and you will hear about it very soon. Because this is a time that things that have been in you all this while must begin to manifest. Now, the next thing you need to do is that you must understand that Jesus himself came to a situation like that when he had to feed over 5,000 men. And if there are 5,000 men, there could be about 10,000 women. And there could be about 3,000 children. So I'm talking about 25,000 people. And all that Jesus had was look for somebody who had 5 loaves and 2 fishes. You see, maybe you are saying that, man of God, I don't have anything. Hear me. My plantain in my house has done so much for me. My plantain developed and became ripe plantain. After ripe plantain, it became kaklo. Yeah, it moved into 3 stages. Yeah, and when it became kaklo, I could put it, blend it, and put into the freezer and fry it as and when I need it. So there are things you can have that can metamorphose or move from one level to another. Begin to pray that God give me knowledge and understanding on what I have now so that it will be a blessing to people. When Jesus in John chapter 6 was left alone, the Bible said he did something interesting. He called his disciples. This is the time to confide in people you trust. This is the time to spend time with people you believe in, people who believe in you, and people who can assist you. Now the Bible said that, let's look at 6 or few things that, because of time, let me limit it, that Jesus did. He knew what he had and what he did not have. He had 5 loaves and 2 fishes. What do you have? The next thing Jesus did in John chapter 7, he appreciated what he had and gave thanks. He lifted up the bread and gave thanks to God. Let me tell you, everything you don't appreciate will not appreciate. Anybody you don't appreciate will not appreciate. So after he had thanked God, the next thing he did, the third thing he did was that he created order. He told all the men, sit down. And the Bible said they sat down in ranks, by 50, by 100, by 10. Let me tell you this, in this season of lack, if you don't create order in your house, your resources will deplete or run out easily. It is not everything your data must go for. It is not everybody you must call. Now this is the time to do a lot of text and WhatsApp. I mean, be very wise in this season. In this season is not the time to waste your strength on trivial matters. How many people are dying? No. Whilst others are looking for vaccines, you are looking at those who are dead. No. Jesus created order. He made everybody sit down. You see, when people sit down, in years ago, I went to Adisade College. We have a table that says 20 at a row. And there's something we call Seho. Seho is when they bring the food and we all rush over the food. If it is 20 kenke, 20 balls of kenke or 20 eggs, as we rush on, many don't get some. But when we all sit down and one person decides to serve, everybody gets 1 egg. That is how it means by creating order in your home. Create order. You can decide to eat once a day. Decide to eat twice a day. This is the time not to be eating too much. This is the time not to, I feel for this, I feel for that. This is the time to stop eating what you feel for and eating what you have. Your appetite must change. Now, the next thing that he gave the loaves to the 12 people he trusted to do the distribution. You see, the interesting thing is that if you are not careful and you give your resources to anybody, it will go waste. Jesus gave it to people he trusted that he had been with for a long time. The next thing he did with the 15 was that he asked the disciples to gather all the fragments. All the fragments. Hear me. Don't overcook the food. If you cook jollof, the shishin is important. You understand? They're under the kanzo. Yesterday's jollof is sweeter than today's jollof. There is a time to understand that beans is also protein. So you don't really need meat if you have meat in your food. What Jesus did was that he gathered, most people are wasting food, wasting resources. If you cook and there's going to be a waste, find out if somebody in your neighborhood has not eaten and let the person have something to eat. It is my prayer that as you pray for knowledge and understanding in this season, God will bless you in your ministry. My name is FD Yalley, Senior Pastor, Bridge Ministries International. Day 4 of our fast. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Stay blessed.